Hello everyone, this is Gamer Seuss, or Doc, here on the Gamer Seuss channel, and today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of Tutorial Island for Wild Terra 2 New Lands. This is one of the first of these I've really done, but we're going to go ahead and get started with that and go through from the very beginning. So I'm going to actually join a new server, and that way I can start with a new feudal lord and walk you through going through Tutorial Island. I attempted to do this a little over a week ago, but then got interrupted by some bad news. We're not going to go over that, and had to delete the video, excuse me, and start over. So we're going to go in from the very beginning, but first let's do a quick sound check just to make sure you guys can hear me. So I'm going to bring up my sound register. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Okay, it's sounding really good. I also want to bring up a chat monitor so that I can see if anybody comes into chat. Now I am in my Game Time Discord channel, so if you want to do Discord, you would type !Discord in the channel, and the bot would provide that. I think the bot's up. If the bot's not up, I will let you guys know. I don't always have them up during these things anymore, just because I'm doing something. I'm not going to really respond a lot to chat because this is a tutorial, or not a tutorial, but a walkthrough. Anyway, let's go ahead. As you see, I made a nice title card just because. But we're going to go to Wild Terra 2. All right. As you can see, I'm at the opening screen for Wild Terra. I've already logged in. I just need to pick it. I'm going to be doing this one on the North American West New server. I typically play on the East Coast server, so we're going to hit play. It takes it a second. Now we need to create a new character. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail here. I will make a male, and I'm going to use my normal name, which is Delantis, which was one of my earliest Dungeons & Dragons character names for a bard I made. We're going to go ahead and create. He's a feudal lord because they got rid of the peon ability in the game. It used to be you could play a peon in addition to your feudal lord character, and they shared inspiration, and the peon could not hold any land. But they've disabled the peon because they didn't like how that was being used when they went to release back in, I think it was November. So we're going to pick our feudal lord. Right now he's got nothing on him, but we'll get some of that in the tutorial. And hit start. And I'm going to close the in-game chat. So we start out here, and I'm not going to read through all of the stuff that's written. You guys are welcome to go through that. We're just going to go through the quest. As you can see, there's a quest tracker right here. Racking headache, and it's asking us to pick up the scattered clothing. And anything on the quest that's a goal will glow in the game, generally speaking. My kitty wants to get involved. And that's fine, but he has to go down here. Okay. I'll lay him down in front of me so I can pet him. Anything in the game will, like I said, glow if it goes to the quest. It says there's only one you need to do, and there's a glowing one right there, as you can see. So we're going to click on that, or you can just hover over it and hit E, and that'll do the same thing. And that gets a quest. It turns green, and we can now hit complete here. Goes back into the quest, allows us to complete it, and then it added the next quest automatically. And it says, is it rocking me or the boat? And that's equip the clothes. So, and it's pointing at our inventory screen. You can hit I or just click on it, and there's the close. You can either click and hit equip or double click, and that'll equip them. You could also open up your character portrait and drag them over your character if you wanted to. We have now got the close on. So the next stage in this quest is talk to Seba, the old ship cook. Now, if you go really slow in the beginning, as you see, Seba's got a question mark over their head. That means that they are the goalpost for one of your quests that you've got the things for to go to the next stage. And that's what happened. You talk to Seba, hit complete, and then Seba offers you another quest called Drunken Bragging, and you get the details here. Just hit accept, and it says pick up the from the table the cook's knife, open inventory and equip it, and then use the right mouse button to attack with it. And you see right here, we'll zoom in using our mouse wheel, and there is the cook's knife. So we can go to hit E to pick that up, then open equipment. This time I'm going to go ahead and do this and put it in the weapon slot, and then right click to slash, and that gets us through the alternate greens. We can complete it by talking to Seba again, and it lists any quests you have with it. So we click on it, click complete, and offered us another quest. And it tells us what the quest reward is down here. We will get 1 piece of sulfur. So accept the quest. It's the healing ingredients. It tells us to enter the warehouse, kill the rat, get the required ingredient from its corpse, and then the required ingredient happens to be 1 rat dropping. And if you look here, this door is glowing. That's the warehouse. They still haven't unlocked the run capability yet. You go in here to the warehouse, and the little rat is glowing, so we can go up to it and right-click a couple of times. We killed the rat. We got experience in knives, and we're going to click on him to skin him. And when you skin an animal, you also take anything like rat droppings or stuff that they might have. You have now gained a new level in skinning, level 1, and we have rat droppings. So we can go back to Seba and talk to Seba. Choose the quest, complete the quest, do the next quest. Next quest is the hangover remedy. And you need to put the ingredients in the pot, wait for it to cook, and the hellish mixture, then transfer the resulting medicine to inventory, and finally use it. And as you can see, the boiling pot or cauldron is glowing. So we're going to put 2 things in, and once you have them both in, it automatically starts up. It's a 5-second process, and there we go. Now we've got the hellish medicine. Close that and use it. Click it, hit use, and hangover remedy is done. Blah. And talk to Seba to go forward in our quest. Go ahead and complete it. The next quest, go ahead and accept. This one is what good turn deserves another. He wants you to pull the lever, which is glowing, go through the open door, you're going to use the Shift key or double click to run, and then gather firewood on the other side. Now we're finally going to be able to run. And we go right here, you can toggle run, but it won't work yet, so still have to double click. So we're going to hit the lever. Doors only won't be open for a second, so we have to run to get through it. And then grab the firewood. And we get to complete this quest. This one doesn't require us to go to Seba, so it just pops up. Next quest, or next step, figure out how to get out of the warehouse. Now you see there's a hatchet glowing there, and you should probably pick it up. And then there's an area of the wall over here that's glowing. And if you click on it, you notice it said Lumberjack 1. It's working on their lumberjack skill. Anytime you cut wood, it's the lumberjack skill. Then it says leave the hold, and the staircase is glowing. We actually knocked out that portion of wall. Now we should be able to actually run. You can turn the view by holding down your center mouse button or the Alt key. And like I said, you can zoom in with the mouse wheel if you have a mouse wheel. We just go over here, and our next person is Hope, because it does say scroll mouse wheel to change your camera perspective, press it, and everything that I just explained. It says find and talk to Hope. So we're going to talk to Hope and complete the fresh air quest and accept the next quest, which is to wave at the captain's daughter down there. So we're going to open up our action button with N, or hit by clicking on it, go down to the wave. Now it tells you to drag it onto the bar and wave, but you can just double click and wave and not add it to your bar, because you're probably not going to wave that often as an emote, so you don't need it on your bar. So go ahead and close that. All of them are green, so we can hit Hope, complete the quest, get the next quest. It says talk to Steers, who's the helmsman, and we're going to go ahead and run down. Now it's likely that the helmsman's on the other side of the ship, so we're going to go up to the other side, all the way up to the top, and see, oh look, there's somebody with a question mark. That usually means that's who we need to talk to. We're going to talk to Steers. And complete. The next quest is find the first mate. Now this time he's not going to be glowing or have a question mark over his head, because we're supposed to find him. So we're going to go down and hover over the various people. Now luckily I know where he is. This is the first mate. There's first mate under his name. So click on him. And hey, why aren't you in the hold? It didn't have to click though, because the thing you're supposed to do is, again, open an action and click on begging, but we're going to just double click to beg, because we don't need to drag that one either. So we have begged, and now we're going to talk to him. And this is just basically getting you familiar with the emote system. Complete. He gives you something. He wants you to talk to Hope again. Now, as you can see, there's a seagull here. I'm going to click on him and click my capture button, which is default to the number 0. It's going to chase him. And when it gets close, it's going to try to grab. And then when it cools down, I'm going to do it again. Try to grab. We're going to get him cornered in a second. Then we'll be able to grab him. Kitty's leaving. And we grab him. And that's important because you can tame animals in this game, and that will be used later on. And they'll tell you how to tame animals. Just a moment. While my girlfriend just got home, so I wanted to make sure she didn't interrupt us. You will tame animals, and so the sooner you start catching animals, the sooner you'll start building up your taming skill. Now we're going to talk to Hope again. Choose the quest, complete the quest, take the next quest. Next quest is talks to the Bombardier. So we go down here, go over here, get another seagull while we're at it. There are actually like 3 or 4 of them. I like to catch them all. It's like Pokemon. Here, he backed himself in a corner. Oh, no, he got away. But each attempt, where'd he go? I don't see him. Did I catch him? Oh, I did catch him. I thought I saw him run away. That must have been the third seagull. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I saw another one run away, so I thought he got away. Now we're going to talk to Ben, and we're going to finish our quest to find him, and he's going to tell us to do some pirate fishing, and that uses bombs. So he wants us to kill 3 sharks. He told us to go over to this pirate bombs chest and pick out a set of bombs. You just click on it. In this case, it just automatically gives you the bombs. I'm going to put it there, and we got bombs. We are going to drag those to our bar. And that puts in the first one, which is number 1. When I click on 1, you see it is now highlighted. It is now my active weapon. So if I go off to the side and I click on a shark and right click, I'll throw a bomb and kill a shark. Then I click on a shark, right click, throw a bomb, kill a shark. And we have to do one more, and there is one more seagull somewhere around here too, which I do want to catch. I can see him. There's the last shark. There's 3 sharks. And there's the last seagull. We're going to go catch him. So we caught him, and we've got our taming. We're at level 3 taming now, which is a nice bonus. We do need to go back to the Bombardier. Who has the handy little question mark over their head telling me, hey, we're done. Complete. Next quest is wants you to get off the boat. But first you have to make the risky way. It wants you to find pieces of sailcloth and craft the wings. So we're going to go up to where this sailcloth is, and it'll be glowing for us. So all the way up here, and you see this supply right there is sailcloth. Open up our crafting window by hitting C or craft, and it automatically has it set. So you're going to go ahead and craft it. It takes 2 pieces of spare sails. You could hit craft or maximum, which would take all of them you have and make as many as you could. In this case, you're just going to make the 1. It takes a couple minutes, a couple seconds really, to make it. And surviving has gained some experience because that craft is under the surviving craft skill. It tells you here any required equipment, what skill it takes, and if you've got the right equipment, it'll tell you your success chance and how much experience you'll get. So we've got that. Our new quest is completed at the Bombardier. So we can go down again. Now there's no more seagulls. If you ever want to move the quest track, you could move it, just to let you know. And the first time I did this, I didn't know you could set it to auto run, so I was always double clicking to move around. It was a little bit of a hassle, so that's something you'll get from this walkthrough. Now it's get off the ship. Get off the Bloody Mary, which is the name of the ship. Now you see the catapult is highlighted. If you take the wings and replace the bomb and everything, then click on the catapult, fly over and now you're on Tutorial Island itself. Because you start on the ship, you're not actually on Tutorial Island in the beginning. Now, it gives you a default quest, which is dog poor. You have nothing. So it wants you to walk around and collect a root crop, open your inventory, and eat it. Now, I like to grab a few before we actually eat it, because while it's an active quest, it's going to make the root crops glow. And this way I can get a couple of extras. And it's not the only thing you can do some gathering with. Anything that doesn't require a tool right now, you can gather, like a stone pile. And you're getting better at gathering. Gathering is now actually level 1. There's a bush there. We can't really get that because we don't have anything to take the bush part with. It takes lumberjacking. See, we're getting a few more root vegetables. Pile of sticks. And I actually upped my gathering just a little bit. So let's try to get at least one more point of gathering before we go on to finish it. There, gathering 3. Now we're going to go into our inventory. We, as you can see, have gathered 11 of the root crops. So let's take and eat one. And that finishes the quest. Now, eating is important because if you look up here, you've got 5 little symbols. It shows your satiety, or how much you've eaten. You're at 42% for meat satiety, 43% for bread satiety. This is what you start with. You have no mixed, 8 vegetable, and 0 fruit. And the 8 vegetable we got from that root vegetable, because it gives 8 vegetable. Now you want at least one of these to have some satiety, but the more satiety you have, the higher your stamina recovery is going to be, and that means that you heal, because when your stamina is full, you heal. When your stamina is not full, you don't heal. You also have to be standing still to heal. Also, you will lose stamina with everything you do, and when it goes to 0, you will get exhaustion, and you'll go much slower, and other bad stuff will happen. So you want to keep those going. At best, if you can get all 5 at least 30%, you'll have the maximum stamina recovery, which is +4. And there's an achievement in Steam if you get all of them to 100, but simple food will never bring them past 30. You have to get a more advanced food to do that, and that's not for the Tutorial Island. So we're going to go ahead and complete the quest. And the next quest, as you see, is going to give you 10 apples, obviously a fruit, another food. And it tells you to gather some stones and open the crafting window and make a stone knife. So we're going to grab these stones from the stone pile here, stone pile here, stone pile over here, stone pile here. There, I want to at least get a level. Now open the crafting window, and as you see, it's right on stone knife again. Let's go ahead and hit craft. We don't want to hit maximum. We don't need that many stone knives. Make stone knife and complete the quest. Now you do not have to equip the knife if you're not using it directly as a weapon, because if you're going to use it for a skill, it'll auto-equip it and then put back on whatever your normal weapon was you had equipped, so that way you're ready for combat. Now if you're using the knife as a weapon, then you would want to equip it, but we don't need to right now. So complete quest. And you got the next quest. Now if you look here, you currently have no weapons equipped. So we lost the cook's knife and the hatchet from before. Let me make sure. Yep, no hatchet. So we lost all those. The newest quest wants us to collect some sticks, open and craft a set of wooden spears, which is a throwing weapon. Sticks now glows. Let's go ahead and get about a gatherer's point worth of sticks. Oh, it thinks I'm hitting the tree. There we go. Also, I thought I saw a nest. We're going to go ahead. See, gather luck is unlocked. At certain levels, you get passive or active abilities. Here's your skills screen. And if you look under gather, click on it, you see the unlockable skills. And right now, there's a passive ability called Gatherer's Luck. It increases the amount of resources gathered. And it increases it by 1 here. As you go up in gathering, you'll get other bonuses, and that's true. If you see, all your skills are kind of organized into these 6 tabs. You have the collecting tab, which is gathering, lumberjacking, mining, skinning, agriculture, and fishery. You have the creating tab, which is carpentry, masonry, pottery, leatherworking, blacksmithing, and jewel crafting. You'll want to pick at least, usually you want to pick one of these to specialize in. You don't want to, you might want to get a minimal bit of experience in each, except like some of the ones that are really specialized, like jewel crafting. Unless you specialize in that yourself, it's probably too expensive to get a minor ability in it. Some of the others, though, you'll need for supporting the other things you do and for building your dominion, or dominium, they call it. We just call it our DOMs. You've got the assistance one, which has surviving. That's kind of a catch-all. A lot of making primitive stuff is under survival instead of the individual crafts that would be related to later. You have cookery, very important, later on. Healing, for any kind of health and healing, recovery skills, and alchemy, for mixing those concoctions. We have the Others tab, that's kind of a catch-all for everything else. Identification, you'll learn later. Cartography has not been implemented yet, so that we can't do anything with that. Taming is the animal catching and taming. We've started with that. We haven't actually started taming, but we've caught 3 animals. And animal husbandry, which is raising animals from babies, chicks, and calves and stuff. And we won't do that in Tutorial Island. Then you have your weapon skills. There are 6 weapon categories. There's swords, knives, axes, blunt weapons, thrown weapons, and bows. And you usually want to pick a primary melee and a primary missile component to use. And then finally you have your defensive skills, which is light armor, light shield, heavy shield, and parry. And you generally want to be in all one type of armor and use one type of shield. So if you're in heavy armor, you want to use all heavy armor. And if you're in light armor, you want to use all light armor, because there will be bonuses for having all the same category of armor, and they work better together. And parry kind of works with your weapons. So, but I wanted to go through that. Now, we've collected the sticks. We've got a level. Now let's go ahead and open the crafting window, and we're going to make wooden spears. Craft. And I'm going to go ahead and craft an extra one. Use 5 sticks. So anticipation is we're going to get 5 spears from the crafting. If we look at here, we got 10 because we did it twice. So we're going to complete the quest, and it gives us another 15 for the quest reward. So it's move your spear, knife, and food into these here to use. We're going to take the spear, put it in place of the wings. Wings go away because they only have that one use. And it's asking us to take spears in your hand, I just did, and find and kill a hare. And it only has one. Now the hares will glow, as you can see here. So we're going to get over, and there's one. And we're going to activate spear by hitting the 1 button. So it's now equipped. And I killed a rabbit. And there's another hare. I can't. Oh, that thing was on the way. There we go. Something's in the way. Sometimes it takes more than 1 hit to kill it. Skin the rabbit. Skin the rabbit. We can still, because we haven't finished the quest yet, they should still be glowing. No, that's stone pile. I may have stopped glowing on this one. Sometimes they do. That's wild roots. I don't see any more bunny rabbits. Oh, yep, there's another bunny rabbit. Yep, they stopped glowing. And I wanted to get at least another one. And we got throwing weapon skill and skinning skill. So we're going to go ahead and complete. And we get a boulder for that. We'll need that later. And then next one will give us some stones. It is now telling us to look at inspiration. So turning the inspiration on. Inspiration is an interesting little mechanic in this game. It basically is an extra pool of points of experience that you can use in the game when you choose to. Basically, when you have it turned on, the inspiration is used in addition to whatever you're doing skill-wise, and it triples the experience awarded to you because it takes it out of this pool. Plus, so you get a full batch from what you did, plus you get 2 more shares out of the pool of inspiration you've gotten. It's maximum of 50,000 inspiration points. So you can choose what you want to use it on. So when you're using those skills you want to focus on, like this is telling you to turn it on and increase your experience for any skill. Now I'm going to try to kill a rabbit because we didn't quite get a full point in thrown weapons. And you see it's still going. I wanted to gather that mushroom, and I was okay with getting additional mushroom skills out of here. No, that's, it looks like there might be a hare over here. No, there. Nope, that's a goat. Can't quite take a goat on yet. I don't think we can take it. He's level 12. He'd be kind of tough, but we're going to try it anyway. Oh, wait, no, there's a rabbit. There we go. Now we've got a new level in thrown weapons. We're going to go ahead and turn off inspiration. I could leave it on for the whole tutorial if we wanted to. And that would be one heck of a bit of leveling, but I want to keep it. As you can see now, it's gone down by a little bit. We're going to complete and get the stones. Next it says to build our dominion. Now, that's your home base. Now, we're going to move it once we leave Tutorial Island because you can move it. It's one of the things in this game, there's a pack-up feature for your domain or your DOM, and it's really useful. I'm going to hit the M button, and as you can see, we are down here on the map of Tutorial Island. Now, most of the stuff we do is going to be up here by the cemetery and the abandoned village. So I'm going to target making my dominion here. So I'm going to walk up that way first. So let's close that. And let's see, which way am I facing? I want to go upward. Almost directly upward. And I can pick some stuff up along the way. There's a fox. We could probably kill a fox, but I'm not going to try it right now. Tree in the way here. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Might as well kill it now that we got it. Gained a few levels there. Let's see, where are we on the map? We haven't made a ton of progress yet. We're going to get up to we're going to take this path, because that's going to take us up to the bridge. Not going to worry about gathering a bunch of extra stuff or killing anymore. Now that you guys got the idea, you do want to get off Tutorial Island relatively quickly. Check the map to make sure we are going this way. But some things are easier to gather on Tutorial Island, a little bit easier to do. So go ahead and spend a little extra time. Now you see up here that mouth thing means you're hungry. It means all of your satiaties have gone down to 0 because we haven't been eating yet. So we're going to go ahead, eat a root vegetable, and if you hit eat all, it'll bring you up to 30. So I'm going to hit eat all, and that gets you as close to 30 as you can in that vegetable. So we got 29. We're also going to eat all on the apples. Now I don't recommend hitting eat all the time. And that's going to give us 2 points of satiety. I could, let's see, no, the meat has to be cooked first. I don't think there's anything. Could eat a raw egg for 10, mixed. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Eat all. And you can identify the mushroom. This one happens to be poison. Yeah, I identified it. That gives you identification skill. And if you see there, it's poisonous. It doesn't give us any food. So we're not going to eat the mushroom. But mushrooms, if they're the edible kind, are mixed. But we've got vegetable and fruit satiety. So we've got a little bit of stuff going for us. And there's the bridge. Follow the path. And let's look at the map again. We're just going to follow the path. Get as close to the cemetery as possible before we build our dom. We are now in the central forest. See, there's all these stones and everything. And we could try to gather from them, but we do not have the right equipment. If you try to hit it, it says pickaxe is required, because that's a mining skill thing. So there's a big open area here, the mushroom even. There we go. Now, I'm going to go into my crafting menu by hitting the letter C, and it says basic dominium, or small dominium. You could use either term. And it needs a boulder, it needs a small rawhide, and stone. And as we got the rawhide from skinning the rabbit. The stones were given to us, or we picked them up in stone piles, and the boulder was given to us. So we're going to go ahead and build. Now, as you can see, it's a square, and you basically see the hash marks there. So we're going to go here and hit E when we find the spot we want it to be in. And it's going to put a little dominion thing in the center of their location, as you can see, and that's where you do it to upgrade it, move out, and there's the cost for moving out, and the structures will be in there. So when you place it again, you'll click structures to put out any buildings that were packed up. And currently, when you're absent in the game for more than 5 days, your dominion buildings will be packed up, put into your inventory. On Ilion, the absence time is 120 hours. That's the tutorial island. You can only be gone for 120 hours is what you're allowed on Ilion. I don't know what Ilion is. I don't think they ever specify. But anyway, this is your dominion. and it tells you to build a bunch of branches, which is the next step. Click on, oh, sorry, wrong button. Click on there. Bunch of branches. Allowed to have some sticks. Luckily, we picked up a lot. Click, and that's your bunch of branches. And I like to put it up in a corner. It'll glow where it's able to go. If you go out of it, it no longer glows. And a bunch of branches is your first bed, so your first home spot. You click on that. You can set your spawn point by clicking on it. So we're going to go ahead and click on it. Save our spawn point there. So any time we die in a kill zone, some zones you just fade there and recover right there, but sometimes you die. You will come back to wherever your last revive point was. Complete that quest. Now it wants you to build a campfire, and it'll give you a torch if you do that. So, again, craft, set with a campfire, some stone sticks, and I like to put it over by the bed so that you can get a nice warm spot there as you're sleeping. And done. And next it wants us to put some sticks in and cook some of the meat, and then eat some of the roasted meat. So we're going to go to the campfire, and there's your recipe tab. It tells you all the things you can make in this type of campfire and what you need to do it. The fuel sources, which one set of sticks, one set of poles, one log, or one set of staves will do one cycle of cooking. And these are the basic things you can do. Now, we're going to take this. Actually, I want to take the goat meat. And I'm going to use my shift key to split the stacks, to put them in different ones, because if you got them in different slots, I'm going to use the control key to just move one and fill those 4 spots, and then put your sticks in here. It's going to take 10 seconds, and it'll cook all 4 of those in 10 seconds. So I'll hit use. Now you have to have an empty spot to put things in, but it's already used the sticks, so I can pull that out, and that gives me that empty spot. Now if you have different types, you'll get different things, but these all become the same thing anyway. But you don't have to have empty spots for every type. You just have to have one empty spot for it to work. And that's true of most of the stations in the game, and the campfire counts as a station. So I've made 4 pieces of cooked meat. And then I'm going to click on it, eat it, and that's going to give me meat satiety. And as you look here, it says it gives 20. Now the most you can get is 30 with the simple foods like this. So I could eat 2 of them, and it would get me to the 40, because I think it'll go either to 30 or 40. And it's going to give me 5 more pieces of meat for completing. And the next one's going to give me 10 hides. I'm going to go ahead and eat another and see if it lets me go to 30 or 40. Oh, we're already at 30, so it's not going to let us. Okay. Next thing it wants us to do is gather small rawhide. Let me see, how many of the spears do we have left? We still have 11 spears. We're doing pretty good. So we just got to find foxes or rabbits to kill. And they're not going to glow this time because it's not telling us to specifically kill rabbits or foxes. It's just telling us to gather a hide. So we don't get the glow this time. Unfortunately, because the glow is very convenient. There's a goat. There we go. We want small hides, which means we want. I don't want the goat yet. Might as well kill it as I started. And it asks us to gather 3 small hides, so we still have more to go. Clay, we can't do clay yet. And the goat did not give a small hide. Just so you know, the goat gave, the goat gave this medium hide. And those will be very useful later on in the game. Looking for another bunny rabbit or a fox. There are a couple of other animals on the main island that give small hides, but bunny rabbits and foxes are your main source. Oh, I might be out of things. Yep, I'm out. Craft. Wooden spear. You can look for things to craft here. I'm going to go ahead and craft another 15. So 3. Activate it. There we go. Using the knife to do the skinning, by the way. Well, running along the coast, I think that's going to be easier to see the rabbits. Some of those are stones. They look like the mushrooms, but they're actually just little stones, but they're not housed. Yeah, there's a fox. Ah, trees in the way. Let's follow that foxy here. I could actually be using the knife to attack. Complete the quest. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Just because knife skill would be important as well, as I'm going to do that. That way I can switch between weapons a little easier. But I've done that. It now wants us to craft a rawhide headband. So we'll go to the crafting thing. And we're going to, this rawhide headband is automatically done. So we'll hit craft. And now, and it says to equip it, I think, too. So we're going to go ahead and find it right there and equip it. Next is make the rawhide. A little bit hard to see sometimes. Shoes. So we're going to go to the craft. It would have opened up to the right one anyway. Make shoes. And complete the quest. And it's going to give us a bracer. And then next it wants us to make the pants. So let's go to craft, or make the vest rather. For some reason I thought that looked like pants. Now we can go ahead and while we're at it, let's go ahead and put all of that on. And now we're actually dressed fully in some clothing. And if you look on here, you'll get to various combat stats, attack and defense, based on the armor you're wearing, because your clothing is also your armor. Now, it wants us to make a stone hatchet and collect poles. So, craft a hatchet. First we're going to go here to get out of that. Now it's not going to guide us all the way through anymore. So now we've got to actually find it. So we're going to go into survival and look for stone hatchet, because your primitive stuff is under survival. And it says we need the stones and sticks we've got, so we're going to do that. The hatchet is made. It's now in our inventory, but if you notice, I don't need to equip it. This is a stump, one of your most basic trees. And it gives us some stuff, and it told us what it gave us there, but we got basically poles, one pole, which is one of the things we wanted. We got some bark, and we got a log. Pole was the goal, though, but we need to get more of those. Now, any of the trees will give us poles, but the more advanced the tree, the harder the chop. This is another one. Let's see, our lumberjack is up to 3 now. I'm going to grab these real quick because I want that mushroom. That's what I want. I'm also going to get an extra tree and a bush. Okay, we can complete the quest. It's going to give us 10 poles for completing the quest. Now it wants us to do spacious storage. That's me. Hut of branches. So, if you see right here, there's a little home indicator, tells you where you are from your dominion. So, we follow that to go back to our dominion. There's our dominion pole. Once we're in our dominion area, we're going to go ahead and make the hut of branches a craft. The hut of branches is going to help us with again. So, those are the things we need for it. Craft. We have the hut, and it's going to glow when it can go someplace. So I'm going to put it on that corner right there. Your hut of branches is your starting town hall. Town hall is private storage you cannot share with anybody else. You can open it to control who has any access to your other on your dwelling, and you've got your regular storage with some tabs and filters, and then personal storage is for items that you can't share or give away, things like you get from the pack. And then go back to the regular. And there's the dwelling controls where you can add usernames and give them rights on your stuff. We're going to complete the quest. And we're going to go ahead and open that up because that's your storage. And we're going to take and put some of this stuff away for now, just because we don't want to carry it all on us. I'll put all the food stuff in here. Oh, that's not food, that's miscellaneous right now. It could be used to make food later, but then we'll take wood stuff. I like to be a little organized. Animals. Actually, oh wait, I haven't gotten rid of their fear yet because I haven't gotten any worms. Gotta feed them to make them not fear you anymore. Actually, I want to do this because I'll have some other pets eventually. Then we're going to go with stones. Oh, and wood. I should have probably put sticks too. Any other stones? Then I've got miscellaneous gatherables. Oh wait, that one. Those ones were unidentified. Even though you can see they're the same kind of mushroom, you still have to identify them. Miscellaneous things, rabbit's foot, intestines. I want to keep my weapon, but feathers. Keep the torch. Keep those. And then I'm going to take the hides and put them right there. Right now. Then I'll gather out what I do need. Let's see here. And it wants us to make a drying frame, which requires poles and sticks. And I know what we're going to be drying, so we're going to go ahead and grab that too. So we're going to grab poles and sticks, and what we're going to be drying is going to be these. So we're going to grab those too. And we're going to go to the crafting window, hit craft. We get to make our little drying frame. And build that. And we go click on it. And we can take 2 of those and dry them. And these. And again, we need spots for them to finish. Since we're going to have more of these things than we have, they still have stacks. We want 2 spots so that we can have finished stacks for both of the 2 types. And you see it takes 10 minutes for that stuff to work. If you look here and you click on that, you can do small hides out of small rawhides and medium hides out of medium rawhides. It's the only 2 things you ever put in there. Now it does take 10 minutes to do that. So we can do other stuff while we're waiting. There's the Explore the Area quest. It's open the map and press M button. Get to the abandoned village. Is the Explore the Area. And then there's catching pets. And it's crafting primitive snare. Now, what's important? I'm going to go ahead and take some of these out. Because you can do that until it's done. Oh, I want these because I'm going to need them to craft a primitive snare. So we're going to hit craft, primitive snares. I'm just going to go and make all the ones I can. And that sound you just heard there was an important one. That meant you failed at a craft because you don't always have 100%. You see, you only have like 77%. And sometimes when you fail at any craft, you'll cut your finger off. It doesn't matter what the craft is. You could be adding spice to a dish of food and you cut your finger off. It's just a little thing. It does a little bit of damage, makes you a little exhausted. But crafted the primitive snares so we can complete that quest. And it's going to give us more primitive snares. Next is explore the area, and that's good for actual copper. But hair tail, select your target hair, use action catching from the action menu to catch, use snares to slow them down. Now, what we do is we take the snares and we drag them onto one of those. I usually do it down here somewhere. Although, I guess while we're here, we could probably do it like this. And we're going to catch us some snares. And it'll just use them to slow down hairs. It'll be the equipped weapon when we do that, though, just to let you know. So now we're going to go find bunny rabbits to catch. So let's see here. And we'll catch them the same way we caught the seagulls. In fact, hares are relatively easy. You just got to get back, just like the seagulls, back them into a corner to really catch them. So let's look for a nice hare. It should glow again. Oh, but not necessarily. Okay, I'm going to hit that. Okay, let's do this then. I'm going to activate the snare and slow him down. That. Now he's slowed down. I didn't hit him before, I guess. Makes it easier to catch. And you feed them root vegetables in order to get rid of their fear. Complete actually gives you root vegetables, so we can start feeding them. Now you can only feed them once every 5 minutes, so it'll start a 4-minute plus timer when you're done. It doesn't show the seconds, so that's why it's actually every 5 minutes. But its fear level is 8. So we're going to go click on him and click feed. And that brought his fear level down by 5 that time. And as you see, there's over 4 minutes left to go on the timer till you can feed him again. And it tells you your taming percentage and level that it takes to tame them. Now, because I caught those seagulls earlier, my taming level is a little bit higher too. I could feed the seagulls if I had worms, but I haven't got the stuff to do that yet. It feeds the pet hare to its level of fear is reduced to 0, because once you do that, you can make him your pet. But we can take and grab another mushroom. Grab another hair. There he is. I knew there was another hair there. Yeah, hides in the trees. Too hard to see. Now I could try to catch other things, but generally speaking, it gets a little difficult. I missed again. I want to get close enough to hit him. Now, I get to him before snare runs out. As you see, we've got multiple rabbits. That one I can't feed for 2 minutes, but this one I can. So feed and feed. And each time I feed, I'm going to get skill. Let's see, that one's at 3, it's at 6, and that one's at 7. So you see you get a different amount every time you feed. It does tell us to open up the map and head over to the abandoned village for exploration purposes. But I think it's been about 10 minutes, so we're going to go check on our drying frame. We've got about a minute and a half to go there. So let's go ahead and get some extra root vegetables for our rabbits. Sometimes when you get the root vegetables, you'll also get seeds. Some things give you seeds. Some things are their own seeds, and some things you can't grow. Like mushrooms you can't grow. So, but if you could, they'd be their own seeds, I would assume, because mushrooms are basically just a spore. And a couple of different kinds of mushrooms here. An apple tree. Now I want to catch this fox. And so let's, sometimes you got to weaken them a little bit. Ah. See, yeah, some things are harder to catch than others. It's always a good idea to gather as much as possible when you're out and about. Let's see, I get a little closer. Oh, out of snares. Try to just catch. Nope. I'm out of snares though, so that's okay. Let's see here. Any of these ready to? Yep. Let's go ahead and feed. And he needs one more. He takes a little bit of more time. There, I got jeweled beetles, which is something you can find when you gather. Got another kind of mushroom. Go ahead and identify. Our identify skill will go up every time we identify. Also got a unusual stone. That's nice sometimes. But this should be done now. Okay, so you can see we got some regular hides and some small hides have been finished. We've got more hides finishing. And let's see what's on our quest list. And you can click over here on the quest screen to get a better view of the quest. Then it wants you to see, check the abandoned village is the only thing you got to do now. The hides aren't being used for anything as of yet. So we're going to go ahead and go here and put the hides away. Go to the stone tab, put the stones away. Go to the miscellaneous tab, put the mushrooms away. Go to the food tab, put the food away. I want to keep that because I want to keep feeding my pets. I want to keep that because I need that. But I should probably make more spears. Just in case. I'm going to craft wooden spears. Craft a few more of those. There we go. And we're going to take there and put the wood away. We're going to keep the torch in case we need it. We're going to put the torch there. I can go here. We're not going to try to catch anything else right now. So, okay. We know the abandoned village is. So I'm going to move this out of my way a little bit. Get to the abandoned village. Once we actually get to the environment of the abandoned village, it'll tell us that we're there. So let's look at the map. Almost there. Yep, abandoned village. Meet the pet. A strange desolation. Feed the pet. Strange desolation. Find the basement in the eastern part of the village. And that one, like I said, is worth some money. If you look here, your money's down here. We've got 90 copper. That one's worth over a silver, though. And we turn that on. We actually have light in case it gets to be nighttime. Get that out of the way. And we want the eastern part of the village. So, oh, something's after us. Oh, dying because I'm in a dangerous zone. That's going to take me back to my thing of branches. But we didn't lose anything because we're on the tutorial island. Speaking of which, feed. 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 And then That one's not done, but that one is a pet now. So I can put it on pet, complete that quest, get some more snares and some money. And then fox teeth tells us to catch a fox. And it'll give us some hair meat for that, which is important because hair meat is used in fox taming. Each animal has its own thing that it eats. We don't have to go back to that yet. So let's go get the fox first. Set that. See if we can find us a fox. The bunny rabbit. Actually, it helps to weaken the fox first. Got him. Complete quest. It keeps going back to the quest we had before, but we also have the hunter's assistant. This one is tame the fox. And of course, we know taming the fox takes feeding it something. And in this one, he said he eats hair meat. So we're going to go ahead, feed. If we didn't have the right thing, then it would come here. And he is not quite tame yet, so we got to keep feeding him. So we'll come back to that quest. And we're actually going to summon, for now, by hitting our summon key. We're summoning our pet, which is the bunny rabbit that we did from before. Now, whenever we do stuff and get experience, the bunny will also get some experience, mainly in combat. They don't seem to get much experience when we do other things, except when you're taming and doing combat. And in village again. And right here is the elder baseman. Complete the quest, collect the money, and hunter's assistant. There's a grim story that wants us to use the headman's diary, which just means to click on it, and it's glowing. Complete that quest. Gain 3 more silver. And then it says, surviving eyewitness, to travel to the hermit. Now the hermit is down here. We're up here, so we need to travel this way. While waiting, let's check. I've got 27 seconds to go. 2 minutes to go. It'll help once we get a mount. We'll go faster. Nice if something would show up I could kill. I wanted to get the Harrison experience. Could have caught that fox, but I wanted to give him experience, like I said, so. There we go. We got some carnivore meat, another kind of mushroom. This one actually happens to be an edible mushroom. We want to save it though for recipes. And you can be fed again. You can be fed again. And he's got 2 seconds to go. And he can be fed again. He's going slow. Probably should have got another thought. We are exhausted. We should probably eat something. Do we have any food on we can eat? We can eat some of this, so let's eat all. And we're going to eat one of those. I'm not going to bother with anything else right now. Ah. I'm out of spears. Nah, I'm not going after him. See, where am I at? I'm still hungry. I thought I ate. Must not eat enough. Uh, and there. There. Found the hermit. Talk to the hermit. Number. He's actually over here with question mark. He says he'll give you this little old man of the hermit mace or club. So we now have better weapon. Minute. Okay. We need to just finish taming the fox right now before we kind of move on. Oh, let me see here. Sticks. Okay, we don't have enough sticks, but if you click on sticks, there might be a way to make sticks. We can make sticks out of poles. I'm going to take those 2 poles and turn them into sticks. And then hit back. And we now have enough sticks because each pole makes 5 sticks. So we're going to go ahead and hit maximum this time. And it's going to make us 10 spears. And that way we have some spears. We can go in. While we're waiting, we can do some of this. It's going to increase our lumberjacking. You know, now when you fail, you don't get experience until you get to a certain level. But failure is part of life, right? Gotta get used to failure. And another. So we have another fox. That one's down to 8. That one's ready to feed and tame. Ready to feed. Tamed. So that one ready to feed. Not quite tame yet. I like to do it like this. Here we go. Oh, and we're getting a little exhausted. As you can see, exhaustion is setting in. We really need to go back to Dom and get some more food. Usually it's a good idea to carry it around, but I didn't want to carry a whole bunch of stuff. Also, if you notice, we're not healing right now because we're moving, and we're heading to our home though. We're exhausted and starving, which is why we're moving so slow. So let's do this first. Grab those. Put them away. Go to the food tab. Let's grab some fruit and some meat. And put that in those. Eat all. Eat all. Rate 2 that time. About our meat, 30, yeah. Didn't think it would go above 30. Let's keep some meat on us and some fruit. Let's keep a little of everything on us right now. Let's go into the wood tab and put stuff away. We're probably going to need some more spears, so let's actually take some more of those out. That one is tamed. Let's go ahead and go to our animal tab and take the tamed one. Put that there and there. A minute. Okay. Since all our rabbits are tamed, actually I usually like to keep my food on the side here. Let's go to the food tab and put some meat down. Do like that. I'm going to take some extra of the rabbit meat though for the foxes. I think I'm done with capturing for now, so let's put that capture on the animal tab. And you're free to, of course, organize it how you want. I like to put my weapons over to the side like this. And how are we looking? 24 seconds to go. And taming the fox is really our current quest. So other than that, we're just gathering stuff. Three apples gathered. The mushroom. There we go. And he is there. Complete the quest. Give me some better snares. And we now have no current quests. Go ahead and you can name your pet, by the way. So like I call mine in socks. Socks and Socks. Dr. Seuss. In Socks is named, and we're going to set him to pet. Oh, I have to unsummon my other one first. Unsummon my bunny, set him to pet. And I'm going to put my bunny away. Now I've got a fox. We have no current quest. And basically, until we pick up another quest, we are pretty much set. But there are a few things we can do still. So let's craft. We want to make a see, we want tools. We want a pickaxe. Stone pickaxe. craft. We also want shovel and shovel. See here. Got 9 minutes. Stone hammer. We need more stones for a stone hammer. But that's okay. We don't need that right away. But we can now go over here. And yeah, that's okay. I'm looking for a clay deposit. And I'll tell you what, there we go. There's a clay deposit. You may have got a little bit. Sometimes you get a little bit even when you fail. Oh, I need to summon my fox. Well, there's a clay deposit. You can see it takes gathering of 12. So we have a lower chance right now of doing it. We have a 57% chance to do it, but we're still not doing it. So, oh, we need to eat again. Failure seems to make you go through your food quicker too. We're putting it over here. What's that? Hey, he's also a pet now, so we can go over here. Sometimes you carry 2 pets around too, because that way if one gets knocked out, you can switch. But I'm not keeping up that kind of cares right now. Oh, I was going to make more spears, wasn't I? Yes, I was. Let's do more spears. Craft 4 sets. There's a couple other things we can do in our DOM too to get us started. Like, let's see, what do we need? We need a workbench. Workbench takes poles and sticks. So hit E. Then we need, if we go buildings, we got that. Where's base? Basic. We got the workbench, got the small drying frame. Don't care about the wattle fence. We'll do a rough table at some point. We need a cauldron for that. We don't need any more of those. Let's look at this then. Anvil. Stone anvil takes a hewn boulder and staves. Takes how many staves? 4 staves. Craft. That made how many of the staves? 1. Need more wood. That. So the next thing you're mainly going to want to do is build up your dom. Then we'll get some more quests after that. See, it's raining. After a craft menu, we got we still need some more staves. And we've got how many? 3. We need 4. And 1 failed. That's why. And we need 1 more pole to do it. Didn't give us a pole. An apple tree. And let's get back into here. And now we need this. We need boulders and rocks. Notice we did get some worms, though, when we failed at the clay gathering. So we can go here and we can grab one of our seagulls, feed it, and grab another one of our seagulls, feed it. There we go. And there's some stones. Craft. Those kind of stones. Let's see, what do we need for this? Now we need the hammer. Craft. Stone hammer. Craft one. Go back to the end. We'll let's see what we gotta do this by the workbench. It did require a workbench. I want to make sure we had enough there. How many do we need? Just need the one. Go. Build. There we go. See. I can go. It's another random miscellaneous. That's seeds. Seeds goes with food, because it's used to make food. Oh, that's another. Just go to hides. Go there. Wood. Clay. I want to capture that. Let's do that. We'll capture that now. Let's see what else we can make. Let's see. Craft. At some point we're going to have to make a well. That takes stones, poles, clay, and that. Okay. So we need to get our gathering up. Before we can do much else, we need to get gathering up. I think we actually need to go back to the abandoned village. Where's that road? Let's go this way. If I remember correctly, it's the abandoned village we still need to hit. Now that we've spoken to the hermit. I wasn't even looking at the mini map. Should have been. Oh, that's what I haven't done. That's right. Now I remember what. It's been so long since I've done the tutorial island. I really should have done it a couple times before doing the walkthrough. It's okay. Still didn't lose anything because we're on tutorial island. Even though I was in a possible death zone. SI. Another edible mushroom. Get rid of some of this stuff we don't need right now. Go ahead and eat. Now, one thing you should know is when you die, you will lose satiety. Usually fruit first. Fruit, veggie, and mixed. I'm going to do this here. Animal tab goes there for now. Don't need them. Because what I need to do is go kill some skeletons. I also do not need a shovel at the moment. Hammer. Pickaxe, because I'm not using them. And I don't need a hatchet. Oh. Well, that keeps a knife just in case. You never know when there's something you might need to skin. This is where we set up by the graveyard. this and this. I'm going to put that on for now until I get something better. Is that? I knew he was going to kill me. This is a deadly area. So I still have my stuff. Put that there. Oh, my pet went away, so I'm going to go ahead and go here. We're going to go to my pet folder, switch to another one of those. And keep him as a spare pet. Let's go ahead and summon. Last time I think I spent a lot more time building up, which is why I didn't have to wait to get all these quests. Looking for skeleton. This one. Once you start using, just drop that. I've got 2 ring slots, so I can go on the other ring slot. 8% defense. And I died again. You're going to die a few times. It's okay though. In Tutorial Island, it's not that bad to die. Might be the Hermit I need to talk to again to get the next quest. Anyway, gather apples away whenever you can. And thank you. Don't have my other gathering tools, so we're not going to worry about those. We're going to go over here to the Hermit and see if he's got a quest for us. Last time I went through here, we had more starter quests. I don't know why we didn't trigger the next quest. It may just be that we haven't built. Yep, there he is. He's got the next quest. Exclamation point means they have a quest for you. Dark Place. And it's worth a silver and 50 copper. It's 100 copper to a silver, 100 silver to a gold. Dark Place has us travel to the cemetery. Now, if you see this here, this is actually inheritance from a pack I had. If you don't buy the packs, though, you don't have them. I got a pack as a gift. I could get all this stuff automatically, which would start me with a horse, but we're doing the walkthrough, so I don't want you guys to think that I mean, you could buy a pack, of course, but I don't want you to get unreasonable expectations on the first walkthrough for those who don't buy packs. But I figured you might be wondering why that was. It had the little dot next to it. We're going to go back to the cemetery. I mean, the horse would be really useful, let me tell you, but this is the speed. Oh, I'm hungry again. Must not have eaten again after I died. Okay. Kill 3 skeletons. Let's find us 3 skeletons to kill. Another helmet. Let's see. Identify it and compare it. This is 3.1. The other one is 3.6. So it's better. And I died again. I had not watched my health. That's something you got to keep track of, is your health. Like I said, though, in the tutorial island, you're going to probably die a few times. Let's go ahead and eat something. Oh. Now, a foible of the game is sometimes when you die, your meat and bread will go up, and that's currently a bug. As you can see, bread has gone up, meat has gone up. I'm going to take that and just store it in the area I'm storing things in. Equipment and stuff. Put that there. There. You can go like that in an auto store too, by the way. Oh, one of the things I forgot to do was summon my pet. Helps if you have him, even though until he gets another level, he doesn't help fight or anything. But he will. Oh, there's a skeleton. Ooh, ooh, glove. And I have one more skeleton to kill. There's one. Grab the stuff. An amulet. Okay. Out of things. Okay. Now it says crack and rumble. Hit the skills to get level 5 blunt weapon skill. Drag the icon into the ability Smithereens from the skill window and the quick bar, and then try to use it twice. And since we already have blunt weapons that high, go to blunt weapons. Smithereens is here. We're gonna lift it up a little bit and move it to my bar. I'm gonna put it in the second window spot. I replace the torch. I've got the torches still equipped. I just don't have the hotkey to equip it anymore. But now it wants us to use Smithereen a couple of times. So we don't have any more spheres. There. So back to the farm of the hermit. Here's the next quest. Let's go ahead and kill another skeleton while we're here. And we died again. It's okay. And my pet died. My pet died, so let's go ahead and set him as pet. Oh. Let's see. Pet. Oh, that's not the one I want. That's the one I want. Okay. Pet. Here. Can go out way actually. And I can go to there. And let's go ahead and visit the hermit again. And you know what? For speed, I'm going to take the horse. Oh, got to complete the tutorial. So, couldn't do it anyway. That's good. Good to know. I was going to speed myself up to get us to the end of this. I should have my gather tools with me. I need to start carrying them with me. Hydrate. See, he has the question mark, which means he finishes a quest. Now, bad news. Return to your dominion, collect dried hides, build a workbench, and craft a bow. Well, we already built the workbench. So we get to craft a bow, which replaces those spears. Of course, we do have a decent thrown weapon skill now, but, well, not decent, but higher than 1. Let's go here, collect our tools. See what a bow takes. It takes poles and hide. So we want poles and hide. Do we have enough? Yeah, it only takes 1 pole. Go over here by the workbench. Craft bow. And we're going to get 50 fire arrows out of that. And the newest quest is return to the Headman's Hall and find nearby old pirate vault. Ah, that's why I couldn't find that before, because we hadn't had this quest yet. Let's go ahead and take the bow, put that in my ranged weapon area, put that in my equipped arrows. I also want to look at, while we're at it, 8 arrows. Those stone-tipped arrows is just sticks and stones. Sticks, stones, workbench, craft, maximum. We don't want to use up all our fire arrows right off the bat. There we go. So just equip those, and we'll have the fire arrows as backups. Okay. When I save this to YouTube, I might see if I can cut some of the area that can do out. Oh, I brought hides with me. I didn't need to. Taking up space. See, that's glowing. Now I can go into the basement. This is an instance dungeon. Now, one of the things this game has, it does have instance created procedurally drawn dungeons, which means they're not always the same. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I don't remember if this one is a set map or not, but you can set the difficulty for the dungeon based on where you're at in the game. It's a good idea to start off with easy, and it gives you a level range depending on the actual dungeon. Some level ranges will be different. I'm going to go ahead and do it on easy, because that's all it takes to do the quest. Now, I like to scroll down here, and when I'm in a dungeon, I like to go where I can see better. So, do the bow, and shoot an arrow. And you can click on a few things to see if there's anything you can gather from. Highlight stuff, not the skeleton, we already searched him. But sometimes there's stuff on the walls. And a good idea when you're doing these procedural dungeons that have different areas is to follow one wall. I usually follow the right-hand wall. Ooh, boots. Another helmet. .6. Not as good as what I'm wearing. My pet can now fight. There's a stash of supplies. Maybe we come across something. Roasted fish. Ooh, that's new. I don't think I've ever found that before. Anything else? Nope. General rule of thumb is you will get experience for things up to 20 levels below you, 5 levels above you. Okay, we got a new ability from our bow. So we're going to do like we did with the smithereens. Go here, go to the bow, and put that there. So then when we have the bow equipped, we have the ability to do that by hitting the 4 or clicking on it. And let me tell you, I use that ability a lot because the bow is my normal ranged weapon. In here. New boot. Identify. 2.6. Or 2.5, 2.6. Absorption 1. Absorption. Yeah, what I'm wearing is better. Okay, let's see here. There's the boss. Is there anything else I have to kill in here? Sometimes there is. Additional enemies. Dash of supplies. Grab that. The boss is a level 10 elite. A good idea for the boss to actually use especially arrows just in case. Get closer. Wait for that to. Necklace C.8. Let's see. Wearing a defense one. That's lower defense. Okay. I want to go to the chest. And they've got lots of things here in the chest. Oh, a Charlotte. Nice. Let's see if there's anything else lootable before we go. Probably not. Sometimes, though, there's like candles or something that you can identify. Nope. So we're going to complete this at the Hermit. Oh, let's go ahead and equip our torch again. That is the torch. There it is. We wasn't dark anyway. We were just blocked. We could catch one of those crows. That's actually one of the quick ways to level taming. But we're going to worry about leveling taming more when we get to the mainland. Back to the Hermit. Make sure we got some room too. What does he give for this quest? Okay, gives us the riding goat, so we don't need that much room. We only need one spot, and we've got one spot. And that's the first mount that you get. And now, accept the new quest. It's build a stone anvil. We've actually already done that. Might have to build another one. That's not a big deal. Oh. Yes, hold on. Where's my riding goat? There he is. There's the riding goat. It also clicked on the goat. Now we're going to go a little faster. Our pad might have a little bit of trouble keeping up, but that's okay. I'm going to move this back over here so I can see my broadcast thing here. There. All right, we've got an anvil right there, but it's going to tell me to do it again. First, let's unload some stuff. Wood. Tools. That's stone type. That is roasted fish. That's food. Metal is a resource. Okay. Anvil. I need that and that. So first off, let's go gather some poles and stuff. I'm not looking at the tree. It's the wrong kind of tree. It's a stone to get some boulders. Um, We've got at least one boulder. Might have enough. Uh, Craft. Off amount of the poles. Craft as many as we can of those. And at least one more. Tree. I'll just give us bark. And we got some actual clay that time. Build the stone anvil. Closed. Now we want to craft copper ingots. Craft copper axe. Need more poles. It's hard to believe I don't have enough of some of this stuff because I over collected at the beginning, but there's an apple tree, but it's okay. Apples are always useful. Copper axe is finished. Craft a raft. Okay, this gets you out of Tutorial Island. Now, you can stay here and continue to gather. And some of the things on Tutorial Island are easier to gather. Like, I haven't found any this time around, but blueberries are easier to see on Tutorial Island, in my opinion. But we can now craft a raft. Let's see what it takes for the raft. We need 10 staves, more poles. Still need a bunch of stuff though. So let's go ahead and cut down a few trees. Let's see, we need 10 staves, 6 poles. We got the nails and we got the hides. Let's see here. Stone. I'll put that there. We'll put clay there. Don't need that anymore. That takes care of that. Identify. File. I'm still there. Bark, sticks, holes, mushrooms, mushrooms. These are food mushrooms. So you go with food. Seeds go with seeds. Okay. Now, what do we need? We need holes and nails and those. Okay. So, we need these. Nails. And that. Holes. Craft. Maximum. Need more poles. Okay, those are better. That tree can't cut down. Get some speed on here. It'll denser populated forest area. Now, if this wasn't a deadish server, I would probably not have chopped down the apple trees because I would have left them for other people, but that's up to you if you're going to be courteous or not. And they will grow back. It's just a convenience thing. Probably need a couple more poles, but we're getting close. We still need 6 poles. We have 5. We need one more pole. Oh my God. Uh, Craft. We need how many nails? We need 5 of the nails. Drop those off. Drop those off. Drop that off. Stone, clay. Tool. Birds. Um, And we got everything to make the raft. Okay. Open the Dominion, pack it up, get ready to go. Now you click here, you go to move out, yes, and you build a wooden raft. So now we just need to go to a water area. Not quite where we can reach the water here, so we're going to go this way. Go here, the water, get off goat, craft, raft, put it in the water. Like I said before, you could stay in the tutorial island and run the vault dungeon at the various different difficulties several times. And if you wanted to, you could leave your raft here, go do all of that, but you are now done with the tutorials. This is the end of this walkthrough. Set sail, and you now end up here in the next quest is to set up your Dominion here. So the recommendation is to do this. And just like with the tutorial island, you want to be close to this cemetery right here first. And since you start down here, we need to go up and around. Okay. So this way. Don't forget when you lay down your bed of branches to bind to it, otherwise when you die you'll go back to the beach. So, and setting down your Dominion will be the last thing I show you how to do. So this particular server is relatively dead. So there's lots of spaces near the cemetery to set up. There's the cemetery. The entrance is over here, so let's go ahead and set our DOM right here. And you want some space to grow. So you go here, open this up, there's your Dominion, click on Use, and you can set your Dominion up wherever you like. Complete. And then it's got some new quests that you'll do later on. But basically your Dominion's done. Now let's click on your Dominion and go to structures to show you how to put your stuff back up. So you're going to want to put your bed of branches up first, I think. And click on it. Then put your campfire down next to that. Take your out of branches, set that up. Take your workbench. Only need one of your anvils. And a drying rack. Leave the anvil in there. You've got your Dominion set up. And then you continue your quest from here. Once again, this has been the Gamer Seuss channel. And want to thank you for coming in. Just a reminder for those who do watch my shows, all of my shows are dedicated to Extra Life, which means that 50% of anything I make through subscriptions and bits and everything goes to the Extra Life campaign, which is for children in the Children's Miracle Network system. People with, they usually small children with long-term conditions like cancer, renal failure, muscular dystrophy, things like that might take some extra special care and are often hospital-bound. It can help them with equipment. It works on research, works with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They work to get them board games and puzzles and consoles so that they can live more full child's life. And if they're currently hospital bound, but they could possibly move home, if it took some special equipment, it will help them get that special equipment. Works with things like that. And the best thing about Extra Life, in my opinion, is when you work with it, 100% of all funds go to the kids. None of the Extra Life funds go to the administrative costs for the charity itself. That is covered in another way. So all of it is covered by, all of this goes to the kids. And when you choose, like I do, to be a representative and support Extra Life of the charity, you get to choose which hospital or hospital network in your local area that you want your funds to go to. So that being said, mine go to my local area hospital here in Springfield, Missouri, which is the Cox Network. So if you're watching this from local, that's where to go. But fear not, the overarching pool of Extra Life funds goes to help all the various kids in Extra Life. And as you can see, there are a couple of people on this server. Some just passed us by. Thank you for watching. Again, this has been a walkthrough, a very casual walkthrough of the tutorial island for Wild Terra 2 New Lands. I knew there were not a lot of videos out there for New Lands, so I wanted to give people a chance to see a walkthrough. Thank you so much for listening, and again, have a wonderful time, and join us again next time here on the Gamer Seuss channel, where I'll go through maybe one of the procedural dungeons here, and or go through some crafting tutorials. But I'm going to do a lot of other Wild Terra 2 videos in this series. Thank you. This is Doc, by the way. If I didn't say my name, I go by Doc. I am Gamer Seuss. This is my channel, and this is what we do. Have a wonderful time. Remember to play more games.